better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones.
Coach, the sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Newton on first down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Newton now to throw. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Newton being chased out left. It's caught inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Newton to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. To the air again, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Again, Newton. Step, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
This is Saquon Barkley, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Out of the gun, Dobbs. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Under 10, under 10, 10.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Dobbs to throw. But now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
These two teams all tied after one. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Newton now to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 7 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Newton's pass is on target to Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Newton now nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Newton now, only one pass has hit the ground for him, 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Dobbs throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Now Dobbs. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dobbs. This one into the hands of Burton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Yeah, let's get second.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
throwing here. Dobbs, flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
56. Mike's 56. Strip the ball. Let's go. Come on. Begin. Echo.
On 1st and 10, Downs. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Another try after the first down sack. Dobbs, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Newton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Game situation. Let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Chicago. That kickoff return, 104 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
Makes the score Panthers 21, Bears 17. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
56.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Dobbs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dobbs. This one caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st down, Barkley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Dobbs. And an alley to run. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Dobbs, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dobbs is throwing. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. After the sack on 1st down, Dobbs looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! from Chicago. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears have retaken the lead. McManus now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Next to score, Bears 24, Panthers 21.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On first down, it's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And what with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Newton. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
20.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Dobbs to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here we go. 6 guys.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Jack with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken it around the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Akeem Hicks able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dobbs. And a quick throw here that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. 1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
3 down, 3 down. 56.
Back to throw Dobbs. He's got Burton here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done.
It's just so unusual to see a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak play. Give a lot of credit to the defensive front. They weren't permitting anything.
Yeah, from the naked eye, they only needed 2 or 3 inches there.
Yeah, and how do you go from needing 2 or 3 inches to losing yardage?
He'll run it here with Blunt. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To throw is Dobbs. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Newton now to throw. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Throwing is Newton. And the Panthers in for the score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So they come up here on 1st and 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Barkley. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Bears, it's another win for them. And you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as